me too.
Okay, the next one that we're doing came on Turner Classic Movies. And you know, coming up, I was a Chuck Berry. I love Chuck Berry music. Johnny Be Good, Sweet Little 16, If You Want to Dance With Me. Like, you have to be well-rounded in this, right? So, Let the Good Times Roll, 1973. It was released May 25th, day after my birthday, 1973. I was just 2 years old at the time, right? Mm-hmm. It's a rockamentary. Mm-hmm. The 50s live on is the hashtag, right? Mm-hmm. Rock and roll lives, right? The 50s lives on, right?
Right.
Headliners, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Bo Diddley, Chubby Checker, The Coasters, Fats Domino, The Shirelles, Bill Haley and the Comets, The Five Satins, and Danny and the Juniors, right?
Right.
Now, let me read on. The documentary puts the spotlight on giants of rhythm and blues. Never forget that they classified it rock and roll, like they classified reality rap, gangster rap, but it was actually reality rap, rhythm and blues, rock and roll. So it puts the spotlight on giants of rhythm and blues, in parentheses, rock and roll, most in their 40s by this time. Still at the top of their musical abilities, even as the 70s saw the change of music from 50s to 70s rock. Soft rock, hard rock, metal came in, Kiss came in, and these people still held their own, right? The performances by the giants. Now remember, I separate these groups because, you know, a lot of times they would put, in our opinion, they would put people in who were not at the level of the American black artists, but the giants, Fats Domino, the Coasters, Chubby Checker, Bo Diddley, Little Richard, and headliner Chuck Berry, 10. The Shirelles, Bill Haley and the Comets, the Five Satins, and Danny and the Juniors, I give them a 7. The Shirelles, they could have been better. They are an American black group, but they could have been better. It seemed like they were on their way back because they had some downtime. It was okay. It wasn't the best. So that's why they get a 7 along with the secondary acts. The only problem with the doc, which the original footage should be re-edited to bring the film up to date, is the cuts of the constant Caucasians, as if rhythm and blues was only their experience. So what do I mean by that? In between, like, while you're looking at what would be classified as just the minstrel, they're reducing these stars down to minstrels, and on the sides they're using this technology. The split screen had just come out, so they're using this technology where they're showing you, while the music is playing, they're showing you Caucasians with their 50s muscle cars, and they're showing you the women and the white girls with the bobby socks, and they're showing them at the beach. They're showing them living a white life where they were listening to American black music. It should be re-edited to display the American blacks the music comes from, enjoying the music also, right? The photo vignettes are racist, and that is the problem with it. The film vignettes are racist, right? The performances by the giants are 9. It will be a 10 if the one-sided edits were balanced. If the one-sided edits were balanced, it would be a better presentation altogether. But they're not balanced, and it sucks. And so, other than that, being able to enjoy it is good. But what would you rate it? Because the music was there.
It was entertaining. You know, I would give it a would give it a 7.
Yes, 7.
My favorite part, well, I gave it a 7 because it wasn't diverse. Because as we were watching it we noticed it at the same time. When you said something, I was like, I was thinking the same thing. Because I'm like watching the performers perform, and then on the side, like you said, they have these images, and I'm like watching the performances and the images, and I'm seeing all of these different black performers, but I'm not seeing any images of
like black people enjoying it.
Right, so I thought that was weird.
That was racist.
But my favorite part was I like the scene like with Little Richard.
Yeah, Little Richard was taking his clothes off. Did he have to be appreciated? Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Throwing stuff out, but Little Richard.
But the part that what I liked about was the behind the scenes with Little Richard. When he was setting up the stage and he was like being the boss, he was giving orders to everybody, and you saw him in his
real element.
Not as an entertainer, but the man as a businessman.
And he kind of came out of that light voice.
He had a deep voice.
He came out and said, "This needs." He was telling the white boy who
was shooting orders
the head of the stage. He's like, "This needs to be," and then he went back into his voice. Kind of like they said Michael Jackson actually had a deep voice, but he was faking.